1300 years ago, in the Tang Dynasty, in this empire, there was one minister that even the emperor feared. His name was Wei Zheng. By day, he served as the prime minister who governed the realm. But at night, this man held another title, a celestial judge who carried out the will of the heavens, a judge of heaven. And then one day, in the middle of Chang'an, a dragon's head appeared, drenched in blood. How did this happen? Let me tell you the story. Chang'an, the capital of the Tang Dynasty. It was the largest city in the world, home to over 1 million people. In this city lived a fortune teller named Yuan Shaocheng, and this man was unusual. Every morning, fishermen would come to him and ask, "Master, where should we cast our nets today?" And when Yuan Shaocheng told them, they'd go to that exact spot, throw their nets, and come back with a full haul. Every single day. Never once wrong. But this became a problem. Where, you ask? Under the river. You see, there was a river called the Jin River, flowing through Chang'an. And the Dragon King of this river was losing his mind over Yuan Shaocheng. The fishermen were wiping out every fish on the fortune teller's word alone. His subjects were being caught one after another. If I let this man be, there won't be a single fish left in my river. So the Dragon King decided to take matters into his own hands. He disguised himself as a human and came down to Chang'an, walked right up to the fortune teller's shop. "So you're the famous fortune teller, Yuan Shaocheng?" Yuan Shaocheng looked up and smiled. "How may I help you?" The Dragon King scoffed. "Let's make a bet. Tell me exactly how much rain will fall tomorrow. The time and the amount." Yuan Shaocheng closed his eyes for a moment, then said, "Tomorrow, clouds will gather at the hour of the dragon. Thunder will strike at the hour of the horse. Rain will fall at the hour of the goat, and the rainfall will be exactly 3 kun, and 48 drops. 3 chi, 3 kun, and 48 drops, down to the individual drops." The Dragon King laughed to himself. "He's the one who makes the rain, isn't he? If he controls the rain, how could a fortune teller possibly get it right? This time, he'd expose the fraud. Deal. If you're right, I'll give you my head. If you're wrong, you leave Chang'an for good." The bet was set. That night, the Dragon King returned to his underwater palace, brimming with confidence. But then, in the dead of night, a heavenly decree came down from above, an order from the Jade Emperor himself. A golden scroll unfurled, and on it was written, "Gather clouds at the hour of the dragon, strike thunder at the hour of the horse, release rain at the hour of the goat, rainfall 3 chi, 3 kun, 48 drops." Not a single character was different. The Dragon King's face went white. The fortune teller hadn't guessed it. It had already been decreed by heaven. Yuan Shaocheng had simply read the will of heaven, while the Dragon King never realized he was just a tool of the heavens. At this rate, he'd lose the bet, and he'd wagered his head. Now, at this moment, 2 choices lay before the Dragon King. 1. Follow the decree and lose to the fortune teller. 2. Change the decree. Just a little. The Dragon King chose the second option. He delayed the rain by 1 hour and reduced the rainfall by 8 points. This way, Yuan Shaocheng's prediction would be wrong. As he released the rain, the Dragon King celebrated. "Haha, your prediction was wrong." But the Dragon King had no idea. What he had just done was a grave sin, defying the will of heaven. And he had no idea what the punishment would be. At that very moment, the Dragon King's fate was sealed, execution by beheading. And who would carry out the execution? It was announced from the heavens. Wei Zheng of the mortal realm. The Dragon King panicked. Wei Zheng, the prime minister of the Tang Dynasty? A mere human? Killed by a human? But Wei Zheng was the prime minister by day, and by night, an official of the celestial court, a divine judge who carried out heaven's commands. Almost no one knew this secret. Desperate, the Dragon King played his last card. He appeared in the dreams of Emperor Taizong, the Shimin. Your Majesty, please, save me. The one who will kill me tomorrow is your own minister. Wei Zheng, if you could just keep him occupied for one day, I can survive. With tears of blood streaming down his face, the Dragon King begged. Emperor Taizong was moved. How hard can it be to keep one of my ministers busy for a day? You have my word. What Taizong didn't know at the time was that this was a promise he could never keep. The day of execution arrived. Taizong summoned Wei Zheng to the palace first thing in the morning. Wei Zheng, take the day off from state affairs. I'd like to play a game of Go with you. Quote, his plan was to keep the prime minister in his sight all day long. That way, Wei Zheng couldn't possibly kill the Dragon King. The Go board was set. Click, click, black and white stones placed one after another. Morning passed, then lunch, and the sun began to set in the west. Taizong felt relieved. Good. I just need to get through today. That's all. Quote, but then, Wei Zheng's head, as they played Go, slowly began to drop. His eyes flickered, closed, and he started to snore. He had fallen asleep. Taizong smiled. He's asleep. Even safer, isn't it? A sleeping man can't kill anyone. He didn't wake him. Some time passed. Then suddenly, Wei Zheng opened his eyes. At that moment, chaos erupted outside the palace. Your Majesty, from the sky, a dragon's head has fallen from the sky. Taizong leapt to his feet and rushed outside. At the crossroads of Chang'an, a massive dragon's head lay in a pool of blood. It was the head of the Dragon King of the Jing River. Taizong turned to look at Wei Zheng. Wei Zheng quietly set down his Go stone and said, in my dream, I carried out the decree of heaven. While playing Go, he had dozed off, ascended to the celestial realm in his dream, and beheaded the Dragon King. Taizong understood then. No human scheme can stand against the will of heaven. It would be nice if the story ended here. But the truly terrifying part is just beginning. That night, Taizong went to bed, and something began scratching at the door of his bedchamber. Creak, creak, and then a voice. Li Shimin, didn't you promise to save me? The headless Dragon King stood there, dripping with blood. From that day on, every single night, without fail, Taizong could not sleep. The emperor who commanded the realm woke up screaming every night. That's when two of the Tang Dynasty's greatest warriors stepped up, Qin Shubao and Yuqi Jingbei. These two stood guard at the door all night. Fully armored, swords drawn, and miraculously, from that night on, the Dragon King stopped coming. The sheer presence of these two generals was so fearsome that even ghosts dared not approach. But here's the problem. You can't have two generals stand guard every single night, right? So they called in painters to draw portraits of the two generals and posted them on the doors. You know what those are? You've seen those fierce warrior paintings on red doors at Chinese restaurants or in Chinese movies, right? That's exactly what this is. Door gods. Menshin. A tradition that started from this fairy story. 1,300 years ago. And one more thing. Because of this incident, Taizong eventually fell ill and was dragged all the way to the underworld. But even there, Wei Zheng pulled some strings. He got King Yama to extend Taizong's life by 20 years. In the underworld, no less. And you know what Taizong did after he returned from the underworld? He sent a monk to the western lands. And that is the beginning of Journey to the West. The next story is even more fascinating. The Ming Dynasty Emperor Zhu Yuanzhang covered a half-eaten xiaobing with a bowl and asked, "Guess what this is?" When his advisor Liu Bowen got it exactly right, the emperor's playful mood vanished. Then came the real question. What will become of this nation's future? A prophecy that began with a single xiaobing predicted centuries of history. Will continue in the next episode. Please subscribe and like. Your support makes a huge difference in producing this series